And the pitch is hit deep to right field. That ball is high. Net is far. Net is gone. Oh, Carlos belts one into the right field seats. He sent that one on a Bell transatlantic flight. So, after a few words of wisdom from Mr. Jonathan Sterling, I hope you all are having a very Merry Christmas. And what is going on, guys? After 2 weeks of inactivity on my part, I wanted to hop on here as my insomnia is at full strength in the wee hours of Christmas Eve, December 24th. I figured jump on here, finally get my thoughts out on the Carlos Beltran signing, and, make one last video before this tumultuous 2013 draws to a close. But we are ending it on a pretty high note if you're a Yankees fan like myself. After signing Brian McCann and Jacoby Ellsbury, the Yankees came to terms with Carlos Beltran on a 3-year, $45 million contract about 2 weeks ago. His introductory press conference was this past Friday. He donned the uniform number 36, so no, Kevin Youkilis will unfortunately not have a place in Monument Park. But it was great to see, because after years of courting him and years of Beltran even courting the Yankees, the two sides finally came to terms and finally have united. And Carlos Beltran is a New York Yankee. It's kind of weird to say, but considering, I grew up with him on the Mets, and my first memories of baseball were Beltran was the Mets superstar, Derek Jeter and A-Rod were the Yankee superstars, right around that 05-06 time period where the Mets were really good, as were the Yankees. Of course, Beltran brought the Mets all the way to Game 7 of the NLCS before he stared at a called third strike from Adam Wainwright on a 3-2 pitch. That's still fresh in my memory. I remember watching that whole game, that Endy Chavez catch, all that stuff. It was an exciting series. And, of course, that one pitch, unfortunately, did define Carlos's career with the Mets, but he was overall a very good Metropolitan. And, he was able to build his value back up, build his career back up, got traded to the Giants for Zach Wheeler. So the Mets got a great young pitching prospect out of him. He got another payday with the Cardinals and was able to, play in the playoffs and get to the World Series, of course, this past season. And he got another payday, and this one even bigger, from the Yankees. Of course, they're making $15 million a year now for his age 37 through 39 seasons. I love the signing. I do. Beltran has long been a very solid player. He's proven he can stay healthy over the past few seasons. That's always a big issue with me. If a guy isn't healthy, I'm really apprehensive. That's why I was about Brian McCann. That's why I still am about Jacoby Ellsbury. But Beltran, ironically enough, the oldest of the three players, has been the most healthy and the most productive over the past 3-4 seasons. Beltran, he is basically the total package besides, speed, but he was once a pretty prolific base stealer. I'm not saying like 50 or 60, but I think he's still 20 or 30 a few times in a season. He is a gaps hitter. He'll pick up 30 doubles a season. He'll hit, potentially with Yankee Stadium's dimensions, 30 home runs a season. He'll get on base. Has a great eye. Has basically all the tools you want. He's not a terrible defensive outfielder, but even if he is, he'll be playing in right field at Yankee Stadium, which Nick Swisher just manned for 4 seasons, which, Paul O'Neill manned for how many years? You don't have to be a Gold Glove outfielder to, play in Yankee Stadium. And with Brett Gardner and Jacoby Ellsbury alongside him, I think he'll have, a lot of help. So I don't think Beltran's defense is any issue. I think it's a great signing. Of course, he's going to hit in the middle of the lineup. He brings that another switch hitter to the lineup now, along with Mark Teixeira, which the Yankees lacked after they let Nick Swisher go and after Jorge Posada retired. It's kind of ironic because when you do think about it, these deals have been great, but the Yankees are basically saying, hey, we realized letting Russell Martin and Nick Swisher go was kind of a bad thing, so here are two similar players in McCann and Beltran, and let's just forget 2013 ever happened. That's what they're basically saying. And who knows, if the Yankees had kept Swisher and Martin on the contracts they got, they would have had so much more payroll flexibility, but now they're stuck with McCann for 5 years, $80 million, Ellsbury for 7 and 153, and Beltran, who is in the latter stage of his career, for 3 for 45. Would I prefer Swisher and Martin over Beltran and McCann? Maybe. But the thing is, both those guys are great players. That's just my interpretation of this, is that they're just trying to cover up for their mistakes that they made last season, which is understandable. Of course, I would probably be in the same position and want to do the same thing, but it's just funny how it works out like that. How the Yankees now have another switch-hitting outfielder with pop, with average defense, gets on base. Nick Swisher, everyone. But anyway, getting past that point, I am happy Beltran's on the Yankees. I'm happy McCann's on the Yankees. I think, Beltran is going to be a nice fit. As I said, with Yankee Stadium's dimensions, his home run should go up. He'll probably use a short porch in right field. He'll use Death Valley in left center to pick up a bunch of extra base hits. I'm happy. This is the one signing I am truly happy about. Totally happy about. I'm thrilled about McCann. I'm thrilled about Ellsbury for the first few seasons of their deals. But with Beltran, it's a 3-year deal for a consistent player, and if the third year doesn't work out, as long as the first 2 do, honestly, I'll be happy. I was on the fence about giving him 3 years, but he's proven to me that he deserves it. And with Yankee Stadium's dimensions, with everything that's surrounding this signing, I think it's going to work out. I really do. 2013 has kind of made me weary about any old player who joins the Yankees, but you just can't think of it like that. You got to really look past the season and realize it was a fluke. You can't expect all those guys to get injured, and if the Yankees are healthy next season, if they are mostly all fully healthy, their lineup is going to be one of the best in baseball. There's no doubt about it. Their pitching staff still needs work. It does. I would like another starter, but hell, that could be someone already in the system. Michael Pineda, David Phelps, maybe. If Michael Pineda can actually, be the guy the Yankees wanted him to be, that would be huge. That would be a huge boost. The Yankees need some more work with their pitching staff, but I'm getting more into it. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit more each day. I'm starting to like this team. I love the lineup where it is now. The lineup is good. They could still, bring in a guy like a Mark Reynolds or a Michael Young to play third. But, if things work out, and there's a lot of ifs, there are, but if Teixeira returns to form and stays healthy, if Jeter stays healthy and can be the Derek Jeter of old, which, sounds a little bit, crazy to expect, but he is Derek Jeter, and that's the thing. When you don't expect Jeter to do something, he'll say, oh yeah, and do exactly the opposite of what you'd expect. That's just who Derek Jeter is. If Teixeira and Jeter stay healthy and produce, and the guys around them are gonna produce, Ellsbury, Gardner, McCann, Soriano, Beltran, the names go on and on. I think they can survive with Brian Roberts or Kelly Johnson at second base, and even Eduardo Nunez at third if it really came to that. If A-Rod is suspended and they don't make a free agent signing, I think they can survive, and I think the Yankees will be good. I think they will be good. I am not about to say they're pennant contenders. I can't yet. And I hate to say, all the moves the Yankees made in the offseason, they're definitely going to go all the way. Because you know what? try telling that to Marlins, Angels, and Red Sox fans of the past few seasons, and they will tell you otherwise. Think back to all the big signings those teams have made, and the Dodgers even too, and they fell short of the World Series, and they were pretty well manhandled by the Cardinals in the NLCS. So, but all that stuff aside, Carlos Beltran, welcome to the Yankees. I'm expecting big things out of you, Mr. Beltran, and I hope that John Sterling home run call that I came up with for the beginning of the video does actually come to fruition. He's had some crazier ones in the past, but that one sounds pretty up to par of what he's said in the past. So, I'm excited to have Carlos Beltran on the Yankees, and I'm excited for the upcoming season, and it's promising a lot. And, as I said, it's good to end 2013 on this high note because, God, Yankee fans been through a lot this season with missing the playoffs, Mariano's farewell, Andy's farewell. It's been an emotional roller coaster to say the least, but if I can end, this year with the ball dropping and me smiling, wearing some sort of Yankee garb, I'll be thrilled. So I hope all you guys have a very happy holiday, a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and I will talk to you guys very soon. And Pitchers and Catchers Report in just about a month and a half, and you bet that I am, waiting and patiently waiting for baseball season to start again. So that's all I got for now. Go Yankees, and again, have a very happy New Year.